Well, then, okay. Now, I'm not exactly sure how how encompassing any lessons that I give in actually curing something are going to be. You know, we have a web college, and the way see, oh, this is difficult. Most people think, like, let's say they have a disease, a woman has cancer, and she doesn't think there's anything else wrong with her but her cancer. You know, and if she could cure that, she'd be perfect. And that's just, that's a bad attitude. It's like, oh my God. So, like, see, when you go to the doctor and you have a symptom, the doctor, the first thing he does is he diagnoses you. You know, usually he'll take x rays or something. Well, if you actually want to cure things instead of do what Western medicine does, which they freely admit doesn't cure things, they treat things, and a lot of times they have a lot of success with that. Um, and this is what most people want. You know, I was talking to my next door neighbor, and he told me he has diabetes. So I couldn't believe it because he's not overweight, really. But anyway, he does, and he's not old, but he does. And so I said to him, well, Franny was getting into a diabetic, you know, test pattern, you know, with high blood sugar and so on. And she has cured to some extent that condition. You know, and the curing of the diabetes has also caused her to lose weight and so on. Um, and I was starting to tell her, well, there's all these things you have to do, like you have to change your diet, and you have to take a whole battery of supplements like vinyl sulfate and um, benfotiamine and uh, oh, anyway, I can't remember all of them, but obviously, but you know, and he said, oh no, he said, I just rather take the medicine. It's you know, it's easier. He's got a million things he wants, so you know, he doesn't want to cure his diabetes. He's happy if it doesn't kill him. Uh, you know, he's happy to keep it in check. And this is most people. So the truth is, most people are not going to cure anything. And what I realized is that people might enjoy or feel good about being, you know, being assisted in seeing what they want and being clear about it, and also getting what they want, um, which, you know, for example, saying I want to make money today has been a big help to me in making money today. so, so it's been working for me, you know. Um, um, but even then, even when they get something out of it and they like it and they um, maybe even discover they got something they want, um, they really don't want to put in very much time or focus or energy or anything or think about it, and you know, many, many thousands of people have done what I've been showing you and have had a good experience with it, and they just go through life without ever thinking about it again. You know, that's just the way people are. Um, and you could say, oh, they don't know what's good for them or something. Well, yeah, but there's all kinds of things you could say, but what's the point? Why say anything? It doesn't matter. See, the truth is, the thing that matters to you is you. Now, you may also have a friend who matters to you and who you want to see change, and that's what this book is about. Like I came up with the title for this book, which is not on the on YouTube, and the title of the book is Needed for Change, because the book is about the three things you need for change: manifesting, confront, and cure. And so if this section of the book enables you to confront how committed or not you are to curing yourself, and usually it is of things you don't know are there, and if it does that, that's enough work for this section of the book to do. And then if you actually want to cure things, it's going to take years of study every day. That's what I did. That's what I did. I just I'm I'm a person who just keeps pounding away at my the things that I am going for, my goals. I just keep pounding away on it, and that's what I did with this. I never stopped. I ran into things that were unbelievable. I was doing courses in this. And you can imagine the stuff I encountered. Like when I was testing that people were in negative beingness. And some people were in really serious negative beingness. And I had a friend, a henchwoman, her name was Chrissy. And I just, the honest truth is, I just wasn't good enough for her. I didn't give her fair recognition for what she did well. I just did all kinds of wrong things that no one would agree with. They were just awful. And I'd never learned to have a relationship. I didn't have a very good role models in my parents. My dear mom, she was just poor little. She stuck with me. It was tough for her, and I never even realized that. I always thought that was just the natural way of things, the natural order of things. And in a way it is, but what she gave me was beyond the call of duty. And one of the things, I guess, was this way of sticking with things that are my goal, but in order to, or my result that I want, there's these two things, goals and results. And let's try to use a concrete example here. Okay, a woman, let's say you came in here to cure anxiety symptoms, or you know, just feel better, let's say. And that's what you're doing listening to this. You know, you want to make yourself feel better. And you have cancer in your gravitational body, but you don't have any experience of your gravitational body. Now, I've trained myself to experience my gravitational body to some extent, and I have removed things from it and am better for it. But you haven't, and you don't even know there is one. I have to tell you a story. I have a great story. Um, there was this psychiatrist in Keeley's building who um, I struck up a friendship with him. We were talking, you know, every week or so we would chat. And so one day I showed him how to do this, and we went through his bodies and we removed something. He did all this. He did it. When I say we removed, I mean I was sat there and asked him the questions like a personal trainer, you know? And he did the thing. And so he removed something from his gravitational body. And after we were finished with all that, do you know what he asked me? He said, "Why do you believe you have a gravitational body?" I never spoke to him again. I realized that he was unreachable. He could do it, oh sure, but it had no effect on him. He just couldn't grok it. You know, he was so immersed in whatever he was immersed in, which I didn't want to know. So I am not really I don't really care about people, to be honest. You know, or to put it another way, and this is probably your definition of not caring about people, which is why I said I don't really care about people. Because we have a scale of caring. It's in the Webb College. And there's a lot of lists and scales and things like that in there you can find that are very useful. And what most people see as caring is a kind of level 3 passionate caring. There are 4 levels. The and the 4th level is but anyway, it's this passionate caring. It's, the person, like, I really want to help you and I really want you to cure your cancer and I'll do anything. I really care. And the level 4 is completely detached. There's just no attachment whatsoever. And that's the level that Franny is always on. She never, in fact, when we were talking about how she coaches people, she said that her approach to coaching was benign indifference. And I watch her do this. Like, she does it with her brother. She coaches him in doing designs, and he'll go through this design and he'll use every avenue, like of thinking about like how to really configure, a letter in a logo or something, and she'll at some point, she won't say a word for half an hour. She'll just be there listening to him. She's a very good listener. That's what makes a good listener, being on level 4. If somebody's on level 2 or 3, they're always like interrupting the person who's telling them something, try to help them. I'm trying to help you. I'm just trying to help you. Uh, oh God, this is all too funny. So to get back to this woman, and let's say it's you, you have no idea that you have cancer in your gravitational body. And you see, the way people get cancer is it's in their gravitational body, and at some point it comes to the spiral body, then into the DNA, because that's the spiral body controls or manufactures DNA. And none of these things, you see DNA as a physical phenomenon, which it is, but it's controlled by non-physical phenomena, and also uses and controls them. So, your DNA is doing its thing. It's not limited by its physical form. That doesn't make any sense to you at all, and I'm sorry. And I shouldn't, sometimes I think, well, I'm talking, I think, I shouldn't say this, because all I ever do is start an argument in your mind. You're over there, like, listening to this, and you're, like, looking at all the ways that it might not be true. And, when I was thinking about that shrink I was talking about, I that's what I did by doing this, like, like personal trainer type thing. I just started an argument in his mind. That's all that happened, because all he knows how to do is argue. He can't make a discovery, and he is so stuck in trying to be brilliant. Of course, he's probably passed on at this point, so and perhaps to a better place. Did you know you can test how old people are when they've reincarnated? He's like 15. Hopefully the captain of his football team. Anyway, so have I really said anything in this? This is hard, this book. But what I'm trying to do is tell you, maybe I better just complete this analogy of the woman. Let's say if the woman isn't you, and the cancer appears in her physical body, and she then goes to the doctor, gets diagnosed, knows she has cancer. She's considering treating it. The doctor told her it wasn't urgent right now. She can take a week or two and think about what she wants to do, chemo, radiation, whatever. Maybe do a little research. And she found this. So she goes and she joins the Webb College, and she looks at it. And you see, if you've got cancer and you join the Webb College and you want to cure your cancer, what you have to do is get people to come to your house, and not people you pay, friends, and work on this with you for 3 hours. And then they go home and another shift comes, and you all make lunch together and you work on this for 3 hours. And you just do this from the time you wake up in the morning when you go running till the time when you finish with the last group and you go to sleep. You're never without people sitting there working with you, accountable until the cancer is cured. It's the only way to do it. And meanwhile, this woman wants to go to her son's graduation, and her son lives in another city with his father, and so she wants to take a week. She wants to take a week off. And you can see right there, she wants something more than curing her cancer. or she doesn't want to work so hard throughout the day. So she's got something she doesn't want, and she doesn't want that more than she wants to cure her cancer, and so on and so forth. And I tell you, I'm a very unique person, and I'm also lucky because I was a shrink before I ever found this, and I was also with Meher Baba from the time I was 15, and I was so I can recognize something real when I see it. Most people can't. Almost nobody can. All they see is what's false or distracting. And sometimes distracting things are fun, and some fun's fun and some fun's serious. You got to do the serious kind.